Hey guys! So today, I know I'm like saying I'm excited for every single one of my videos, but I really am. I'm doing my very first questions and answers video, and this is really exciting because I've been asking you guys since I started my channel. Nobody ever asked me anything, and then back like when I had initially started my channel, it was called something else, but there's Spring Me. I dropped it. And Spring Me is where you can kind of go and you can ask people questions anonymously. You can ask them questions, you know, you can be like yourself, whatever, and they can answer them, and it's turned into this, It's turned into this huge forum thing where, you know, you can just go ask questions, answer questions, you can answer group questions, whatever. And I remember back when I first started my channel as well, a bunch of YouTubers actually had these accounts, and that's how people would ask them questions and stuff, but then it started turning into a judgment fest. Like, I watched it happen to some people, and it was like, oh my god, it was kind of ridiculous. So, I still had my account, I hadn't logged into it in a while, and I went on there a couple weeks ago and found out that I actually had some questions. And so, seeing that many questions on there was like 5 of them, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do a Q&A video. So then I posted it out there on Twitter, Facebook, everything, asking you guys one more time, and I actually got some questions back, so yay. So I'm going to start off with the ones from Spring Me that were anonymous questions. Just throwing it out there. So the first question on there is, what was the last thing you had to drink? And I believe it was water. That was last night. I should probably drink something today. The second question is, would you rather own, these are all add-ons again. Would you rather own a ski lodge or a surf camp? And if you know me, ski lodge all the way. I'm not moving to the beach. You can't surf in Colorado, so ski lodge. That'd be fun. Have it all warm and cozy that I can serve hot chocolate. Hot chocolate with whiskey. The third add-on question. Okay, I guess there's only 3. But have you ever walked out of a movie? No. We thought about it before. Me and my mom, we went to go see Talladega Nights, and we were sitting there, and like, you know, got to the part where they were like at the dinner table and everything, and we were like, what is this? And it was just like rude and being rude to the grandpa, so we were like, no, we don't want to sit here and watch this. This is terrible. So we almost walked out of it, but then we didn't, and I'm kind of really glad we didn't, because it's one of my favorite movies, so. Yeah, no, I have not ever walked out of a movie as of yet. Anywho, now the ones from actual people. Yay! Okay, so this one came from Spring Me, and this is from Fab Katie 90s, and her question was, is it possible to be friends with your ex? And for me personally, I'm gonna say no, because I don't want to be friends with my ex. I mean, there's reasons we broke up, you know. And I think that's probably how, you know, it is for a lot of people, but I also think it depends on your situation. I think if you, for whatever reason, like if you're married, you know, and you can't get along as a marriage, and you just, like, your interests change or whatever, I think if you can still be friends, like if you have kids, and, you know, you have to kind of get together to kind of switch off kids and stuff, I think at that point, then it would be awesome if you could be friends with your ex, but personally, no. I wouldn't want to be friends with any of them. And I think it would probably be difficult because, you know, to a degree, because then you're sitting there and it's like, you know, you're going to be, both of you are going to be thinking about, like, all the times you had and stuff, and it's like, you can't sit there and be like, oh, remember the time we did this? And it's like, because then you start thinking about it. It's just, you wouldn't want to do that, and I wouldn't, there's just bad things. Like I said, there's reasons we broke up. So, it just depends on your situation. If you're trying to be friends with your ex, then sit down and look at all of the reasons why you broke up with them and why you guys aren't together, and think about whether or not you can be friends. Make sure you don't like them anymore in that way, because then if you're just friends, you're going to sit there and tell each other about your dates and stuff. You have to make sure you can handle that. So, it depends. But for me, no. Not at all. No. And then from Wow, it's Olivia. It is, have you ever suffered from anxiety or depression? And yes, I have. Depression was around 2010, and I didn't realize it. My mom and my brother realized it. And yeah, it was interesting. I didn't feel like I was depressed. I mean, you see those commercials for the antidepressants and stuff, and they have like, you know, these people like sitting on the couch and it's like raining and they don't want to go outside, and the little pillow's like, hey, come outside, let's go shopping. And I thought that that's how depression would feel, and it doesn't. So I didn't really realize it. I pretty much just absorbed myself in Sex in the City and watching that, and watching every single episode of it, and drinking cranberry juice and eating pizza rolls was my life. So, yeah, they realized it. My mom and my brother did, and I didn't realize it until I got back to school and then moved back to Denver, and was like, oh, wow, yeah, I see that. So definitely. And then anxiety, I have actually suffered with since I was little and didn't realize it till I was much, much older. Seeing how it was. I knew I had it in middle school because I'd get anxiety before I go to school. It was like that kind of weird, anxious butterflies feeling, but not the good kind of butterflies, like when your boyfriend's like, oh, you're cute. It's like, ah. This was like, I don't want to do this. Kind of like before you have to get up and go speak in front of a class or something, like give a presentation. It was like that, but every day after school. So, and I still suffer from that every single day. But I think that getting an outlet like YouTube and stuff has definitely helped me with a lot of it. I still get it randomly, but I've learned how to deal with it more, so that's really nice. Yeah. And then from Let's Go Dodgers, it says, what type of nursing interests you? Well, right now I'm a medical assistant, but my mom was an LPN, and she was my whole entire life. And so, you know, I grew up watching her do that and seeing her do that. And I mean, I would like to go be an RN. I think that would be extremely beneficial to my pathway in my life. Yeah. I don't know, I enjoy it. I enjoy helping people. Well, there's like one of the first nights, you know, if you watch my Reflections of 2013 video, you can kind of get an understanding on this, but I was in Nebraska for 2 weeks last October, and, because my grandpa wasn't doing well, then he actually passed away, and so while I was gone, the girl who was training me ended up getting fired, and so I was sitting there, and I was their intern, and then they were like, hey, I'm like, oh, okay, because I had to finish my hours. And one of the first nights there was a sweet lady in there, and she didn't ever feel hungry and stuff, and she was just really crying because she was really upset, and she was really old, she didn't want to die. And you know, me and my office manager kind of sat there and, like, you know, gave her kind of a will to live. And so it was a really, really awesome feeling being able to help somebody in that way. And I remember my mom telling me stories about ways she'd help people and stuff. So it's just nursing in general, just helping people. Yeah, that's that. So then questions that didn't come from Spring Me. Let's see. This one came from Instagram, and it's from Allison XO. And it says, if you could move anywhere in the USA, where would you move? Well, I live in Colorado, and I really don't want to leave Colorado. I've said a bunch of times before like that, though. Like, I'll go visit other places, but I don't want to live anywhere else. As far as in Colorado goes, the mountains, definitely. I want to live in the mountains. And that's really all there is to that, but I don't want to be outside of Colorado at all. Ever. Yeah. What about you? Where would you guys want to live? Anywhere else? You know? Let me know. And then the last question came from Facebook, and it's from my mom. So, hey, Valerie. Yeah, see, it's on there. I said you do. So, her question was, is there anything you absolutely never want to eat? Well, if you asked me this question like 10 years ago, I could have given you a huge entire list of things that I wouldn't want to eat. And I've eaten so many things now. I don't want to eat pork belly ever again, because I had it one time in a macaroni and cheese, and it was just, I was told it was going to be like bacon, and it was not like bacon. Like, not at all. It was like nasty chunks of like ham fat or something, and it was not okay. So I don't want to eat that again, and I don't ever want to try Rocky Mountain oysters. I know it's a Colorado thing. I know you're a true Coloradan if you've done it. No, I'm not eating deer balls, elk balls, whatever. I'm not eating that. That's disgusting and wrong. Just so very wrong. There's even a beer here that's brewed with Rocky Mountain oysters, and that's disgusting. I mean, if it's in a beer, it's a little bit different because it's alcohol, so you can just like get drunk and not think about it, but no. Just no. That's gross. So, yeah. So I want to keep doing videos like this. I don't want to have to get a bunch of add-on questions, but I will anyway because they're fun to answer because they're random. So, yeah, leave me questions below. I'll do pop-up again in a couple months when I want to do another one again, so leave me questions on my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Make sure you like my Facebook in case you guys didn't know I had one. And yeah, just ask me questions you guys want to know, and I will talk to y'all later.